everybody, I am back with another Cash Point Hangout. The one I did last night, the audio wasn't amazing, so I wanted to refilm it today just so that everybody can hear and see what we did at the Cash Point Hangout. I'll mostly be going through the presentation itself, but if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to put it in the YouTube comments below. I think in our next Cash Point Hangout, we're going to try to do YouTube Live instead of Google Hangout. I think that YouTube Live is a little bit more dynamic for everybody to interact with Bitspark. So yeah, let's get started. So the format of this presentation is going to be really about how to become a Bitspark Cash Point, why you should become a Bitspark Cash Point, and what are the benefits of becoming a Bitspark Cash Point. So let's get right into it. So yeah, how to become a Bitspark Cash Point. Bitspark is a fiat on and off ramp for cryptocurrency, and we rely on cash points to enable us to have our customers be able to cash in and cash out at different locations around the world. So the reason why we have cash points is because we're trying to solve for the ability for people to be able to settle their cryptocurrency transactions. So it's all very well and fine to send crypto from one wallet to another, but what Bitspark wants to solve is that change from your crypto balance to cash itself and from cash to crypto. So like I said, settling cryptocurrency payments is still hard. And there's really 5 main reasons as to why this is that we've identified from our 5 years of assisting people sending and receiving cryptocurrency payments. The first one is purchasing. Buying cryptocurrency in the first place is still not that easy for the everyday person. I wish it was, but it just wasn't. So a lot of the people here that are watching this video or that were at my Cash Point Hangout yesterday, we're all early adopters, so we've really gone through the curve and that learning curve that you have to buy Bitcoin or other currencies. So purchasing is still difficult. You need to be able to have a bank account, you have to go to a Bitcoin ATM, maybe do it P2P. These are things that the everyday average person who might want to be using crypto but isn't ready yet, or they're very early in their journey, is hard for them to do. So purchasing is still quite difficult for the everyday person. Second is liquidity. So right now, when we look at the biggest markets in cryptocurrency for the volume for Bitcoin itself or other cryptos, there is very little to no local currency liquidity for those currencies. And that's something that we want to change. So liquidity is important because it allows everybody in the world to participate in cryptocurrency. If you only have, Bitcoin to USD, Bitcoin to CNY, and further down the list, then the lower the liquidity is. And the lower the liquidity is, then the more expensive it is for the everyday person to buy it. So yes, you're able to purchase it in certain markets, but probably not at the best price. So settling cryptocurrency is still hard because in some areas in the world, liquidity is still an issue to be solved. Third thing is the network of cryptocurrency itself. Right now it's very sporadic. It's very much a selection of ad hoc solutions for people to be able to exchange their cash for crypto or crypto for cash. Right now there's no real worldwide network to give access to people in the world to buy and sell cryptocurrency. So in order for you to sell your crypto for cash or convert it into fiat, let's say, or vice versa, you still have to use a bank, you still have to use a third party, and the process itself just isn't that user-friendly and isn't that realistic for adoption overall. And the third, I'm sure you guys have all know this already, but it's bank accounts. So when we're looking at the most popular retail providers out there for cryptocurrency like Coinbase, what's happening there is that they're able to provide quite a lot of reach for people who already have bank accounts. But the reality is that in a lot of these markets, bank accounts aren't actually that popular. I believe that there's only about so only less than 70% of the world actually has bank accounts, And if you don't have access to a bank account, then it's very hard for you to access these very popular ways like Coinbase to be able to buy Bitcoin in the first place. So let's just say you didn't have a bank account. What are the ways that people are able to buy crypto? They can go to a Bitcoin ATM. The thing with Bitcoin ATMs is that they're not always working. They're also very expensive. They can be up to 5 to 7% when you're trying to buy Bitcoin. That's not very reasonable for the everyday person. And also sometimes they're not functioning, they're a bit slow. The maintenance on the infrastructure side, or on the hardware side I should say, is not that great. I remember in 2014 when I was buying my first Bitcoin, and I had taken my wage out from the bank. I remember going up to a Bitcoin ATM and I was so scared. I was like, how am I, what is this? Do I trust it? And also it was really expensive, it was lagging on me. So Bitcoin ATMs are, while they're providing a solution, I don't think it's the direct way or the best way for people to buy it. The second option, if you don't have a bank account to buy Bitcoin at the moment, is using P2P, so something like local Bitcoins. Now, local Bitcoins is an incredible way for people to buy and sell cryptocurrency without bank accounts. However, they have started to shut down their cash withdrawal and deposits via P2P, and they're only bank now. But really, the P2P model works by you meeting with a stranger on the street. Sometimes that's not the most comfortable way to be interacting with cryptocurrency in the first place. So the point I'm trying to make here is that it's difficult to buy crypto if you don't have a bank account, and not many people in the world do have a bank account in the first place. So settling your cryptocurrency payments via these methods are either not the best way to do it, or you just simply don't have access to it whatsoever. Now, all these four things compound to being expensive. A lot of the ways that people are settling their cryptocurrencies right now in cash is by kind of pulling together different providers. So you might have to go to an exchange, you might have to have a bank account to deposit that money into an exchange, you then have to exchange that for another currency, send it to your friend, maybe your friend will then use local Bitcoins. Every single third-party provider that you use results in a fee, and it doesn't actually make sending or receiving crypto payments and settling them in cash that efficient for the everyday person. So these really are the 5 reasons that Bitspark is trying to solve, or these 5 problems that Bitspark's trying to solve when we're talking about settling cryptocurrency payments in cash. So what does Bitspark do? Bitspark is a cash-in, cash-out network where we have agents around the world who act as these cash-in, cash-out points for our app users. Every time somebody cashes in and cashes out at an agent, they earn a fee. So really, cash points are agents who act as the gateway to the Bitspark system, and they're incredibly important when we're talking about providing the infrastructure for this fiat crypto on and off ramp. We also do cash to crypto. So Bitspark app users go to cash points to trade their cash for crypto or their crypto for cash. So let's just say you're in a situation where you maybe had $100 or so and you're interested in buying Bitcoin. You would then go to a cash point with your Bitspark app, scan the QR code, and do an interaction with the cash point. At that stage, you would get a cryptocurrency balance back, which you can then exchange, you can send, you can deposit into an exchange that you want to trade with. There's lots of basic financial services that you can access through the Bitspark app. And finally, we help people transact. So within the Bitspark app itself, not only are you able to deposit and withdraw your cryptocurrency transactions in cash, but you're able to send them, you're able to receive money, you're also able to exchange between balances as well. And when I'm talking about balances, I don't only mean that you're able to buy crypto like Bitcoin or Ethereum, but you're also able to exchange into different stable coins. So stable coins are a very good way for you to be able to hold your balances and protect yourself against volatility. But in the same way, you're able to actually send and receive this as fast as if you were sending Bitcoin or Ethereum or other cryptocurrencies out there. So we do 3 main things here. We help people cash in, cash out their crypto balances. We help people convert their cash to crypto to many different types of stable coins and cryptocurrencies. And also on top of that, we provide people access to basic financial services like sending, receiving, and exchanging between their cryptocurrency balances. So why are cash points important? Cash points are incredibly important to the Bitspark network and to the growth of Bitspark itself. We really believe that cash points are the key to cryptocurrency adoption, and cash points really are the ultimate solution for the 5 problems that we were talking about before when we're trying to settle cryptocurrency in cash. So cash points make it really easy for people to purchase cryptocurrency. You don't have to go into an exchange, you don't have to go to a Bitcoin ATM, you don't have to try to navigate the P2P space. Essentially, you can just go to a shop or meet somebody and you're able to interact much like you'd be buying any other commodity. So cash points make it easy for people to buy and sell cryptocurrency in a way that they understand. Liquidity. So the more cash points that we have around the world, then the more opportunity we have to build liquidity. And if we can build liquidity, then that means that it makes the price of cryptocurrency for these different regions cheaper, and also makes it more viable for people to buy. So the whole idea is to make sure that cryptocurrency can be adopted by everybody and can be used by everybody, and we don't want it to only be secluded to certain markets. So cash points all around the world, being able to assist people in cashing in and cashing out their crypto transfers in an easy and affordable way, make sure that it's much faster for us to be able to build liquidity for other areas in the world. And also network. So previously I was saying that you can't just walk down the street and exchange your cash for crypto or your crypto for cash. And Bitspark is really here to build the infrastructure that this industry needs to be able to cash in and cash out anywhere in the world. So cash points provide a worldwide network for people to exchange between the value of fiat in cash and also the value of cryptocurrency as well. And also bank accounts. I think that it's so incredibly important that we start getting cryptocurrency out of this walled garden and to just everyday people, because it has so much to provide. But the issue right now is that it's still in reality very hard for the everyday person to access. So cash points provide those without a bank account a portal into the digital economy. That means that you don't have to have a bank account and all you have to have is cash. And that's something that no matter where you are from around the world, you do have that medium of exchange. Everybody is able to access cash, not everybody is able to access a bank account. Also, because the Cash Point Network makes sure that everything is under the Bitspark umbrella, it makes depositing, withdrawing, exchanging, sending, and receiving incredibly cheap. So it means that you're no longer kind of having to pull together different services to be able to achieve your needs. Instead, what's happening is that it's all end-to-end with Bitspark, and cash points make it viable for anybody to send and receive and exchange in a much cheaper way than if you're using any other provider that was pulling together different products and services to be able to facilitate your service. So I'm going to be showing you guys a demo of when somebody is cashing in and cashing out. You're going to see on the screen the interface of the cash point of view, and then also on the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see the interface of the app point of view. So that's the Bitspark user walking into your store or meeting you in person to exchange cash for crypto. Let's take a look. Okay, here we go. So when you've logged in, the first thing that you'll see is the Bitspark dashboard. Now this will change with the new UX UI design, but when you've activated yourself as a cash point, you can go directly to the cash point tab, and what you'll see is your transaction screen. So from here, you're able to see incoming transactions, your balance, and also the rewards that you've earned from doing these cash in, cash out transactions. And look, somebody's just come into our store and they're trying to make a deposit. So they would select the currency, their local currency that they're trying to cash in. They would select a method. So they would go to add a cash point. And also, they would then click the amount. So they choose the amount of, I think in this circumstance, it'll probably be $100. Yep. Then they scan your QR code that you have. Now you can have your QR code at the back of your phone or in your store. It's really up to whatever is most convenient for you. But what we can see here is that you have an incoming transaction coming in. It's telling you to collect cash, the amount that you will earn, and also the ZEF amount as well. You can see, which customer it's coming from. So in this circumstance, it would be me walking into your store, and also the transaction ID as well. So in this system, when somebody is cashing in, we actually have a 2-tier acceptance process to prevent fraud. So you as a cash point have to say that you've collected the cash, and also the person who's depositing also says that they have to say that they've cashed in, and you also have to say again that you've received the cash. This is only in the circumstance of somebody cashing in, but in the cashing out circumstance where you're exchanging a digital balance for cash, then you'll be only having to accept it once. So see, now we've seen that it is approved up there, and the user will then refresh their screen, and they then receive the digital balance after cashing in. So really that's the only process. I actually, in the editing of this, I slowed it down, but usually it takes about 30 to 40 seconds for the whole transaction. And now we're doing a cash out side. So much like before, somebody's walked into your store, they're selecting to cash out their local currency, and they've selected Cash Point. Then they're entering the amount that they wish to withdraw. So again, they enter the amount and they click Scan QR Code. So they have to scan your QR code to be able to create the incoming transaction. Now, in the new update to the platform, everything will be much faster. But in this case, sometimes you might have to refresh depending on your internet speed and some other factors. But here we see that it's a cash out transaction. You have to pay in cash to the app user. You can accept that transaction. And then from there, what happens is it is approved. So right here, what's happened is that you'd be passing the cash over, and then you'd see that your digital balance has then gone up because that's what you're exchanging for the person. So the app user then says that they've received the transaction, it's been successful, their balance is deducted, and your balance is now added as well. So really, that is how you do a cash in, cash out transaction from both of the point of views of the app user and also from the Cash Point user as well. So we can go back into the presentation. There we go. So really, this is how users transact with Cash Points. It's really simple. Every single transaction usually takes about 30 to 40 seconds, but I think that once you have the hang of it, it'll just get faster and faster. We have a lot of educational materials that we're making and we're going to be providing to everybody. So if you have any issues at all, just make sure that you join our Cash Point Hangouts or even just talk to us on Intercom. We're always there. So why be a Cash Point, and why is this something that might be of interest to you? So the benefits of being a Cash Point are plenty, as you can see on the screen. But first and foremost, you can earn money on every single cash in and cash out that a customer does at your location. So that means that when somebody comes into your store, you can earn on that. I can talk a little bit more later about the fee structure of how that works, but essentially you can earn money every time somebody cashes in and cashes out at your location with the Bitspark app. Second is that some people are, or some people who choose to be Bitspark Cash Points actually might have a business of which they're trying to increase, the foot traffic that they have getting in there. So in Hong Kong, we have some Cash Points here who actually have an existing business, and they've added becoming a Cash Point as an additional service. And they've actually seen an increase in their foot traffic to their local business, which is great because it means that they can upsell their existing products to a new customer base. Third is that cash is an asset. So this is a really rare circumstance because a lot of the time, especially in the media, cash is always seen as this really awful thing. that has no use, and you might as well put that in a bank. But in the circumstance of being a Bitspark Cash Point, you can actually earn on your cash. So let's just say that you're a cash point that focuses on cashing out predominantly, so cashing out your cash balance for a digital balance. You can actually earn on that amount that you're cashing out more so than if you're putting that back into the bank. So instead of depositing money in a bank, you can earn on every single cash in, cash out, making cash an asset to you. Also, our system is incredibly easy to use. So it's built to be plug and play. And essentially what we are doing at Bitspark is that we're looking at the ways that we can improve the likelihood and the availability of Bitspark's platform to everybody in the world. So it's really easy to use, it's very easy to get started, and I can talk about the requirements later on, but essentially it is a plug and play system that makes it very easy for anybody to get started immediately. Also, it is safe. So, cash points are incredibly important, and it's important, I think, in any industry to keep people safe. So safety is key for us at Bitspark. You can choose to service verified or non-verified customers. On the Bitspark app, it's actually a choice for people to verify themselves or not verify themselves, but you as a cash point agent can select to only service people who are verified. This is really up for the market to decide, and it's really up for you as a person to decide. But essentially, it is pretty easy, I think, for most people to just click that button and make that decision, and it's really personally up to you. Also, the training. So Bitspark provides training online and also materials to start as well. So if you're interested to get started, make sure that you join the Cash Point Hangouts that we have. We're trying to do them almost every fortnightly now, but next year we're going to probably do them a bit more frequently. So, make sure that you're following the Bitspark Twitter, any of our social medias to figure out when is the next one. And we're trying to do them so that these Cash Point Hangouts are in every single time zone around the world. So if you're interested in hosting these Cash Point Hangouts, message us directly. It'd be really great to have more people helping us and assisting us with doing these sessions. But essentially, if you just want to get started, just make sure you head to the Bitspark website, and the Bitspark website will give you all the information on the Become a Cash Point page. But yeah, training is readily available for anybody who wants to get started. Also, it adds value to your community as well. So I know that probably for most people, it's just all about earning money, but in reality, becoming a cash point in your location can add enormous value to your customers. So an example of this is that we have partnered with a solar company in rural Philippines, and essentially they provide solar power to the most rural parts of the world. And until our cash point came along, people that were on this island were not able to pay for their solar bills. So they were able to get access to solar, but they weren't able to pay their bills. So now there's a community leader there who is a cash point, and he's able to make sure that people in his community are able to pay their solar bills, which is great because if you have electricity, you have anything. So it's not only about making money, this is really about providing value to people around you. And I think that cryptocurrency in itself has immense value for people around the world. So it's a great way to add value to your community, and it's just one of the many benefits of becoming a part of the Bitspark Cash Point. Also, we have online support as well. So this is in-app and also on web as well. Just hit us up on Intercom, and we're happy to answer any of the questions that you might have, either during a transaction or maybe you're testing and you're not quite sure about what you're doing. Just let us know, and we'll be sure to help you. Also, we have referrals as well. So you're able to refer other cash points and earn a commission on this, on every single transfer that they do. So we'll touch on this a little bit later, but it is just like any other referral scheme. If you're able to get new users to sign up, become a cash point, then you can earn on their transactions. And we've made sure that this is an infinite thing. So it means that you'll be earning on their transactions for the lifetime of that account, which is a really cool addition. And also, I guess, an incentive for you to be able to sign up more people around the world. Also, it's free marketing as well. So let's just say you have a store or anything like that, or you're just one person. When you become a Bitspark Cash Point, we'll actually assist you in marketing. So we'll make sure that we can target people in your location through ads. We have an incredible platform to share with people who are in your location, who are already in the Bitspark network, to go to your store or meet you in person and advertise your location as well. So we're going to be adding a map to the Bitspark Become a Cash Point, where people are able to see not only their location, but also all the available cash points that are there as well. So it's free marketing, and Bitspark can assist you with that too. So what's the business model here? The business model here is 1.5%. So cash points earn on every cash in or cash out. Now, this model in early 2020, Q1, I can't believe it's 2020 soon. Can you guys believe it? I think it's like 4 weeks until the new year. I digress, but anyway, the business model is 1.5%, and in the future, Bitspark will allow dynamic fee setting on the next update on the app and the platform. So that means that you're able to set your own rates that you earn per transaction, and also it means that you're able to be the most competitive. So to give you an example, let's just say you're in a location and you've gone onto a heat map of sorts that I've shown you all the different places like Bitcoin ATMs or merchants that you can buy Bitcoin from. Now you can actually look at their rates, and I think you'll find that because there's not that many providers, they've been able to set their own rate to quite high. So you might encounter a Bitcoin ATM you might encounter a Bitcoin ATM that is setting their rates to 5%, let's say. You could probably undercut them as well and do 3%, and that's still pretty good earning profit there for you when you're doing cash ins or cash outs. So the business model here is 1.5 for now, but it's going to change early next year. And this is how the service fee is paid. So service fee is paid by the app user always, and the service fee is paid in Zeph at point of transaction. So Zeph is Bitspark's reward point that can be instantly exchanged into a local currency or cashed out for you. So essentially in 2017, Bitspark launched our rewards token Zeph, and Zeph is the incentivization token in our model where people can buy and sell cryptocurrency, and every single transaction that they do, whoever has referred them or facilitating that transaction actually earns in Zeph. Now the great thing about Zeph is that you can use it as an investment vehicle, or what you can do is actually you can exchange it for your local currency stablecoin and cash it out as well. So when you're being rewarded in Zeph, it's not that you can only keep it in Zeph, but you can also exchange it for other currencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, or other stable coins as well. So it's really up to you. But in the context of earning when you're a cash point, what happens in this section here of cash in, somebody's cashed in $100. From that $100, 1.5 is $1.50, which is paid to you in Zeph. And then your stablecoin account amount that lands into the Bitspark app user's balance will be $98.50 there. So what you can then do with the 1.5, or in the future, whatever fee that you've set, you can then exchange that for stablecoin, Ethereum, or other stablecoins out there to make sure that you're able to keep that value. Maybe Zeph's not interesting to you, maybe it is. So that's the model right now of the service fee when somebody is cashing in and also when they're cashing out. So eligibility. So requirements to be a cash point, are there any? So the first one that people tend to ask is that, what's like the first steps here besides from creating an account? The first thing is that you need to actually deposit money. When you deposit money, it's your ability to be able to accept cash-in transactions from app users. Now, you could just be purely a cash-out provider, so you have cash but no digital balance, and people come to you and deposit their digital balance with you and you cash out your cash. That means that you didn't have to start with a digital balance at all because you only had cash. However, right now there's no minimum capital requirement to become a cash point right now. So really, it just depends on your unique situation and the different deposit methods that you can get into Bitspark. but in reality, there's no minimum. The operating system, so obviously you need connection to the internet. We have app and we also have web. So you're able to, as long as you have a mobile phone, you're able to access Bitspark's operating systems. We have cash points available on web, and also it's mobile friendly as well. So just a note here, when you're becoming a cash point, we only have that on web in the current, at this current state. But soon, being a cash point via the app will also be available. So this is a really exciting feature that we're working here at Bitspark. It's a P2P model of becoming a cash point. So you can do that through the app. But for right now, people who have the mobile app, these are users who want to cash in, cash out, will be interacting with you on the web, either on your desktop or on your mobile phone. So it's really up to you and whatever is easiest for you. Also a license. Do you need to have a license to be a cash in, cash out point for Bitspark? And the answer is no, because you're conducting a P2P transfer with somebody. So this might be different depending on the jurisdiction that you're in, so I highly recommend that you research in your own location. But in most jurisdictions, no license is required for the P2P sale of Bitcoin. And yeah, so there's really little to no threshold for people to get started to become a cash point immediately. And also stablecoin support. So where Bitspark supports a stablecoin, a cash point can operate. So this is the existing model at the moment, but in the future P2P model, it really is anybody in the world. So we are gonna allow everybody in the world on this new P2P model to generate their own rate to the Bitcoin rate, which is really, really cool. Because it means that it doesn't just kind of keep crypto in, well, you don't have to rely on Bitspark to launch the stable coins. You can actually just create your own rate to your local currency, and that's something that Bitspark can then broadcast to the network, and that is the new rate that's set. So I'm really excited to be introducing this product to you guys. It's going to be super exciting because it really means that anybody in the world can use Bitspark. At this current time, we have about 12 currencies on the Bitspark app that are available, and if you're a cash point that is in one of these locations where we have these local currency stable coins, and you can definitely become a cash point now. But in the future, we really are expanding this to as many people who want to sign up and become one. And here we are. We're about, I hope you guys are bearing with me here, but we're almost finished. I really want to keep this short and sweet. It's about 30 minutes or so now, but we're going to wrap up pretty soon. So some extras. So referrals. The program of referrals is that you earn 0.3% on every exchange from the person you referred, and they earn 0.2% as well. So that means that when you're incentivizing your friend and they're sending money, they actually are able to earn 0.2. So it's not just, it's a win-win situation for everybody. So when you when you create an account, you can go to referrals, you can grab your link right there and then send it to friends, and if they're a completely new user and they've signed up, then now they're your referee. So every time that they exchange, let's just say in this circumstance, $100, you earn 30 cents on that in Zeph, and then they earn 0.2, so that's 20 cents in Zeph as well. And then from there, you can do whatever you want with your Zeph, but it's pretty cool that this referral program is infinite. So that means that with every single person that you're signing up, for the lifetime of their account and for their transactions, you'll be earning on their transactions. In the circumstance right now, referrals are only available for when people are exchanging balances, but the thing is, in the future, we're gonna make it here. So it says referral updates. Team is working to extend referrals to earn on all transaction types by the referred. So it won't just be when you're exchanging transactions, but it'll also be on cashing in, cashing out. And I'm sure there'll be lots of other opportunities for you to earn as well. So if you, maybe are not that interested in becoming a cash point, but you really want to become a referrer for the Bitspark, you want to share referrals for the Bitspark network, then you can get started right now to do that. So next steps of getting started. In reality, there's only 3 steps, but I've added the extra 2 just because I'm enthusiastic. But number 1, create an account. So you can go to the website and create an account right now. Number 2, you can get verified, go to settings and activate your cash point. Number 3, you can deposit with crypto and exchange it into a stable coin if you'd like. And then number 4, what Bitspark will then do when you're a verified cash point is that we will then market your services and put you on the Bitspark map. So that means that any sort of traffic that Bitspark gets on the website, they will be able to look at the map, or in any of the awareness campaigns that we're doing, you'll be able to be put on the map and your services will be made available. Sorry guys, I'm a little bit sick. And number 5, if you really want, you're able to go to settings and grab your referral code and send to new users as well. So that's pretty cool. In reality, it's only really 3 steps, but there's the 4th step, which is up to Bitspark to do, and also the 5th step if you'd like to do it. So thank you so much, guys. The main takeaways here of how to become a cash point for the Bitspark Cash Point Network is that we're looking to add cash point agents worldwide. Cash points are global cash in, cash out networks for Bitspark app users. They're really important to the mission of Bitspark itself. It helps us get crypto into as many hands as possible. Cash points earn when users exchange cash to a stable coin or vice versa. So as a cash point and as a part of the Bitspark Cash Point Network, you earn on every cash in and cash out. And also growth opportunities available for onboarding other cash points. So like I said, you don't have to be a cash point to refer other cash points or users. You can just share your referral code and people can sign up and you can earn on all their transactions. Also, the mission here at Bitspark is to provide access and adoption to everybody. We think that cryptocurrency is an incredible way to do that, and we've been looking to achieve this since 2014. So, in our 5-year journey, we've been building this cash in, cash out full infrastructure for cryptocurrency to be adopted. And I'm really excited to see how many of you are going to sign up, what we can do to help your cash points. If you're an entrepreneur or a P2P trader, or you have a business, there are so many ways that Bitspark can help you, and also how crypto can actually help your company as well, or you as an entrepreneur. So feel free to contact Bitspark, and thank you so much for taking interest in the Bitspark Cash Point Network.